Hey, how's it going? It's SJ. I haven't updated in a while just because I've been really busy with work. I recently picked up a second job, which I'm still training at this week, so this week I will have worked like 60 hours, so safe to say I've been kind of busy, stressed out. It's been quite the past few weeks. My living situation is still kind of shitty and will continue to be shitty until they move out. So, until then, I'm not really at home much. I don't really like to be at home. I do, but I'm basically paying my rent to just stay in my bedroom for the entire time I'm at home. So, I don't really like to be at home, so work definitely helps when I'm feeling stressed out. I just picked up a second part-time job, so I worked a double today, so luckily I only work at the one job for the next 3 days. Sad that I'm excited to only work one job per day for a few days, so I'm just updating because big news, I just told my mom that I want top surgery, so that's exciting because it's been really bad lately where since I work two jobs, I don't feel completely comfortable wearing my binder all day because it just feels too tight and constricts my breathing, so I tend to only wear it for one job usually, so I've just felt really, really, really uncomfortable not wearing my binder to the point where I just can't do it, and I usually just put it back on. So not good because usually I'm at my place of work for sometimes 12 to 16 hours. It's retarded. So that's kind of really pushing me to save for top surgery, so I have a few appointments booked. I'm talking to this doctor that a friend told me about on the 29th. I'm going to see him to possibly see the process for getting on T, because I know that that's something that I want, and it's just in my mindset that that's what I know I need to do to be absolutely comfortable and just more happy in the body that I have. And I'm saving for top surgery because I'm probably going to go to the Toronto area with Dr. McLean. A friend of mine went to him, and I just don't really want to get it done locally, so I'm looking to get it done in Canada. So it's not cheap. That's what I was telling my mom. I was like, yeah, so by the way, I'm gonna get top surgery next year, so that's why I'm working like crazy and just want to save all my money because I need about $7,000 just for the surgery, plus expenses and stuff. So it works out well that my best friend who's moving here, he's getting his done first. So I'm gonna go with him and take care of him and stuff while he's there, because we're probably gonna go to the same place. And you don't need any kind of referral or anything. You don't even need to be on T, so I'm going to go with him first and help him recover because he wants his done first and I need time to save. And then I definitely want mine done at least by next September. That's the latest that I want, but I would probably even push for July or August. So yeah, I was talking to my mom today because she was just seeing how work was, and I was like, oh, by the way, and she just reacted so, nonchalantly, I just told her the most ordinary thing. This entire coming out process has been so well, she's taken it so well that she just wants me to be happy, so I'm really stoked that she's behind me on this, because that's the part that I've always struggled with this, is, I guess, subconsciously, I always, held off, coming to terms with everything, just because I wasn't sure how my family would react, because it's one thing to tell your friends and to ask your friends to address you differently and to use your new name and pronoun and stuff, but it's a completely different story with your parents and family. I just had a really hard time wanting to tell them, just because I didn't know, it's different changing pronouns and names with your family. This is my mom who's raised me for 22 years, and asking her to use a different pronoun, like telling her that I prefer male pronouns is just too, like, it just was too much. So I think that's what put off this whole, like, it just, once I realized she was totally okay with it, everything just, like, progressed at such a huge rate that's why I'm at the point I'm at now, is because she's so okay with everything. And if my mom has my back, then I'm totally just set to go. So that's the process and point I'm at right now is, like, it's gotten to the point where, like, my gender dysphoria is just so bad that, if a certain amount of people, or if just I get lady and female pronouns on a regular basis, I can't help it. I work in such a common place, like I work in coffee shops, so I see hundreds of thousands of people a day and per week, and to sit them down all individually and be like, hey, this is what I'm doing and why, and you need to address me as this, just isn't gonna happen. Like, I've told a few people that I'm comfortable with about my new name, and they're calling me by it, so that's good, but I haven't really dove into the whole, like, preferred pronoun bit, so that's kind of hard when you see so many people in a day, and I don't have, like, I can't tell them all it in the 25-second process it is, that is, hey, here's your coffee and your change, I prefer male pronouns. Like, it can't really be, like, it would just be repeating myself constantly, and there's so many questions that I don't have the answers to, and I wouldn't even feel totally comfortable telling strangers, so it's quite the process, because it affects me some days. Like, some days I'm fine, and I can totally deal with everything, and then it just hits a brick wall where some days I just can't handle it, and I'm not myself when I'm being addressed not how I want. So other days it affects me worse than other days. Like, most days I can handle it, and most days I can handle it because a certain amount of people do know about my preferred pronoun. So some days it just hits me like a tidal wave, and I just feel like crap and can only be called darling and she and ladies. Like, I work with mostly women in the morning, so usually when people are thanking us, they're like, oh, thanks, ladies, and I just can't handle it some days. Some days it just hits me and it sucks, and then I just don't feel like myself, because then I just feel awkward and shitty and insecure because I can't handle it. Like, I can't individually tell every single person that comes into the cafe. Like, it sucks. The part that I'm realizing now is, back before I had decided on pronouns and a new name and was totally rocking the androgynous thing, like, confidence like a motherfucker. Like, I was passing way more then as a guy than I am now that I have, like, decided on a pronoun, and it fucking sucks because it all has to do with, like, this confidence level that I'm still confident, but not the same kind of confident that I was before when I was okay with female pronouns. Like, it's been a recent thing that I'm not okay with female pronouns, and the dysphoria is really bad to the point where I refuse. I can't use the women's washroom anymore like I used to be able to, and I have the bladder of an 8-year-old, so I have to pee every, like, few hours, so it's gotten really bad where I don't feel comfortable in that environment anymore, and I've completely dropped female pronouns with people that I can control it with, and so it's just hard when in my workplace where I can't control it, and just am trying to deal with it the best way I can. So it's been a process. Some days I feel great, like today at my second job, I just felt awesome and just so okay with myself, but it just sucks now that I've picked, like, I have a preferred pronoun and I know how people want to address me, but now it's not happening as often as it did before when I was okay in that middle ground, and I definitely pass less now than when I did before, which just sucks, you know, like, it always happens when you know what you want, you just don't get it. And I guess I'm just kind of maybe less confident now that I've chosen, and like, this is what I want to do, and this is what I know I need to do to be more happy and more comfortable. And it's not going to be easy. Like, I've told some people, and they just, like, apparently think it's, like, instantaneous that, yes, I'm going from female to male, but it's going to happen overnight. Like, no, it's a fucking process. Like, the name was the first bit. I'm legally changing it in February with my best friend. And then I'm saving for top surgery, which I'm really fucking determined. I know I'm gonna have that much by then, and it's just a waiting game. And then, hopefully I can see about tea. I have no idea the process on that. It's kind of like I'm on a waiting list here at the clinic in Winnipeg, and it's like at least a 6-month wait. So I have time to figure everything out, but that's the point that I'm at, and it just sucks because some days are so much harder just to put up with it and to just, like, hear that, and then it just, like, clicks with me where this gender dysphoria is just really fucking with me, and it's crippling sometimes where I just can't handle it, and there's no way to really make it better unless I attempt to come out to every single customer that comes into my fucking cafe. So that's all I wanted to talk about. This video is getting really long, of course. I can't make short videos, maybe one day. But I just showered and I work tomorrow at 6:30, so I'm going to attempt to sleep, but I just had to make this update, so I guess I'll talk to you later.